Hello, welcome to Skill Check, the Positive Gaming Podcast from YMCA Exeter. My name is Andy.
And my name is Becky.
And we've at least managed to get through the intro
We're-
properly this time.
It's one of those things where we're like feeling a bit like because we've got a time limit and how much we've got to do, so we just need to get through things. But it's also then stressing us out.
And because of that stress, we're kind of caught in this circle of just getting it wrong.
Yeah,
And wronger than normal.
That's what happens. And then we have to stop and start again. It's crazy.
So coming up, we have...
Yeah. So we're talking, Marvel Midnight Sun.
Yes.
Ooh. And then we are also talking Andy's Game of the Week, which is another classic, I feel.
It's very old. It goes very old school.
It's gone very old school.
Yeah.
Great. But first we have...
Gaming news. And now, gaming news. What have you got for us this week?
Our first piece of gaming news is Netflix have announced that plans to release an animated series based on Minecraft. The best-selling video game of all time celebrates its 15th birthday this year, and then they revealed that dropped. That's really bad English. And revealed dropped during anniversary celebrations. A short teaser trailer shows a green creeper character from the game scuttled into the middle of a black screen before exploding into pixelated grey clouds. Once the fog clears, the camera sweeps into an underground cavern filled with lava. Shots eventually close on a red Netflix N logo on top of a volcanic rock before cutting to the word Netflix versus Minecraft. Netflix said that this show would feature an original story with new characters and more information will follow soon. Video game adaptations are big business in Hollywood at the moment, with many big name franchises either in development or heavily rumoured to be on the way.
I mean, let's face it, it's the next kind of comic book.
Yeah.
It's the next
it probably is actually, you're right, yeah.
Media to translate to the big screen. Yeah. I mean, we've had the Mario movie.
Yeah.
We've got the Zelda movie.
Sonic.
We've had the Sonic movies. Yeah. We've had The Last of Us on HBO.
Yeah.
It's
we've had. What's the most recent one that was on Amazon?
Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah, that's the one.
And Amazon are kind of on it. I think they've got Horizon.
Yeah.
And I think the Tomb Raider cartoon.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. It could be the Tomb Raider show. But there was definitely a animated Tomb Raider.
Nobody tops Angelina Jolie as Tomb Raider for me in those films back in the day.
But Hayley Atwell voicing
animated
I
love
Lara
Hayley
Croft.
She's great.
She could be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the alternative,
Yeah.
Captain America.
Yes.
As Lara Croft.
She's good. She's good. That's a good choice. I feel like that's a good choice.
It could well work, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Also, she's good into action because she's in Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. I'm excited for a new Minecraft on Netflix. I'm sure that I will hear about it from the young people who are still obsessed with Minecraft to this day.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Our second piece of gaming news is Sony has revealed an upcoming host of games to a mixed response. Console makers' state of play broadcasts are a short collection of trailers and gameplay footage of forthcoming games. There's been criticism that the company's PS5 calendar has been lacking in blockbuster exclusives that PlayStation built its name on. It doesn't normally show bigger games at the state of play. Those are revealed usually saved for its showcase branded event. Sony underused robot mascot Astrobot, which I love, Astrobot, has been given his own game. The trailer showed Astro soaring through desert, snow and mountain environments and taking on a string of quirky enemies. Judging by many, many excited responses to this one, Astro Playroom is going to have to make room for the follow-up on many PS5 owners' hard drives. Yeah, I'm excited about Astrobot. There's a game you can play on the PlayStation VR, and you like walk Astrobot through various little courses and stuff. It's really fun. And it's probably one of the first games that everyone gets on the VR because it's really simple and it's a good way of like learning how to use the VR. And so it's really fun to play with because it's so cute.
Yeah, there's a few kind of, I guess, tentacles from the PlayStation kind of coming in my direction. And Astrobot is definitely definitely one of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's heading towards the sort of more family-friendly areas of gaming as well, which is interesting from PlayStation, because normally they're kind of known, and Xbox are quite known for these big sort of first-person shooters, whereas actually, like, Astrobot's definitely more heading into sort of family gaming.
And also Sony, I mean, let's face it, from the Sony Studios, they have the rights to the big names, the big stories, which ties nicely into what we were just talking about video games making the jump to the movie, the TV space. And that is all down to the story. So,
it's also working the other way around as well, isn't it? Like with them, because that's like Spider-Man and stuff like that. So it's all coming, like, so they make good, like, it's a nice little. I was going to say what contribution. What's the? I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Thing. It's a nice little thing.
It's a thing where they like work together. I feel like that's the way we've seen it. I'm having a bit of a brain dirty. But there's a little like thing where they like working together and like Sony across the board, and they're getting like good games out of their things, intellectual property, but also then they're also getting good movies and stuff out of their games. So, relatively.
How many more times do you think we could just use the word thing?
I can't remember that. I was trying to say contribution, but that's not right. That's a dead.
Gaming festivals.
Our last piece of gaming news is a gaming festival has returned after taking a 4-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Norwich Games Festival opened on Thursday at the Forum in Norwich City Centre and will run until Saturday. The festival features numerous stands with activities including workshops, industry talks, video gaming and programming and community gaming groups. Ellie Bouchon, I'm saying that's what I say, who produced the festival, said it was fantastic to offer free family events, activities during the very wet half term, because apparently it was very wet in Norfolk during half term. The parents are loving the nostalgia of sharing the games of their childhood with the kids, while from Mario Kart to Pac-Man, alongside free games and activities, the festival is showcasing the best in gaming, from immersive VR to cutting-edge games development in Norwich and Norfolk. I think it's really cool. I used to live in Norwich, so I have a bit of like a soft spot for this kind of.
I mean, two things. One, I'm a little bit jealous that Norwich is like.
I know.
And two, there is definitely something about kind of parents being dragged, kind of feeling that pull over to kind of older computer games. There's a place in Exeter called the Prop Factory, and they kind of convert some parts of their warehouse to like different kind of themed areas. At the moment, they've got a kind of imagine like the Greatest Showman type circus type area, where there's like kind of lots of kind of old school games, and it's mostly things like Crazy Golf or Skittle. They're kind of quite low key, but they've also got kind of a couple of slightly small kind of arcade machines there as well. Pac-Man and Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles, that's all one. And and so you can probably guess where we were. So we're like, games.
Did your daughter enjoy it?
I think she enjoyed the other areas more.
Okay.
And she kind of lingered in kind of this look of,
come on,
what are they doing?
Yeah,
like these really old school graphics.
Like, what is this? It's so ancient. Oh yes, that's like fun. You had a fun half time then. Well,
yeah. I mean, traffic to get there was terrible, but
that's where I took
half time traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the end of gaming news.
Turn-based combat game, Marvel's Midnight Sun.
Yep.
Finally added it to my Epic Game Store library.
Okay.
I mean, admittingly, I've added it because it was free.
Yep.
But I'm okay with it. I mean, so it came out a while back.
Yeah.
It looks quite. It was a AAA game at the time.
Yeah.
Wasn't massively well received.
Okay.
And I kind of looked at it over, I think it was Christmas sales. I was like, why do I not?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Man alive, do I feel good about not spending money on it now that you're able to get it for free?
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? Because you're like, sometimes you really want something and you're like, oh, and then actually when it gets cheaper and you're like, oh, I'm glad I waited.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I'm like, looking at it, I was like, I think I brought Spider-Man at the same time.
Yeah.
And so this was just going to be like another kind of Marvel game download. So, and I was like, just brought Spider-Man. So I really want to spend the extra bit of money.
Yeah.
And I mean, all characters I'm more than okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's something about the nature of it that I wasn't massively convinced I would definitely enjoy.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with a tactical kind of combat game, but there's something about swinging from building to building that kind of
Really?
it feels a bit more fun.
Okay.
But my point being is that in this case, waiting was definitely the win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain I'm going to.
Have you started playing it?
I mean, it was like last thing last
okay.
night.
Not there yet.
It's incredibly
It'll come up
recent.
on Andy's
It's
Game of the Week in a few weeks' time.
So it's on Epic Game Store now.
Okay.
For free. So if you've got a PC,
yeah,
or access to a access to a work laptop.
Yeah, I don't have a computer that's not a work laptop. That's why Andy's making that.
Just putting it out there. But yeah, so a while back we were looking to kind of talk more about kind of free games and kind of gaming on a budget and things like that. Because gaming, like a lot of things in life, is so hardly talk about Marvel's Midnight Suns because it's free.
Yeah.
Let's showcase that.
If you want a free game to play.
If you want a free game. But yeah, so if you're looking for other places, kind of Epic Game Store is obviously a place to start. They offer free games of various shapes and sizes every week.
Yeah.
Steam, again on PC.
Yeah.
Sales. Yes, PC gamers do get a win.
Yeah. I would also argue that, like, with places like Steam and stuff like that, I have notifications set up so when the games that I want to play that are quite expensive go on sale.
Adding it to
they always send me an email saying it's on sale, which is really cool. So things like I play a lot of. I mean, this is gonna show you how immature my gaming standards are, and like for many of you, you're like, you don't really game.
There's no such thing as immature gaming standards.
I play a lot of Lego games because I quite like the Lego games. But they quite often come up on the Steam store on sale, which is great. And then Steam email me when it's like, this is on sale.
And sometimes just a couple quid.
Yeah.
And guess that's the same on Steam as well as the consoles as well.
Yeah.
Now, if you keep an eye on the console stores, a lot of the time the Lego games will come down to just a couple quid.
Yeah.
Mobile gaming wise, you have a Netflix subscription.
Free games
worth looking into. No, it's kind of part of the subscription service.
Yeah.
There's but they are starting to offer plenty.
Yeah. Well, the back catalogue of Grand Theft Auto is on there.
Yeah.
So if you really want a serious game, just get your Netflix subscription and go and play Grand Theft Auto, like the original Grand Theft Autos.
Yeah, and if you really want to go there, you can kind of connect your controller up to your phone.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't have to rely on the bit. I'm personally not.
Yeah.
Amazon, if you have an Amazon subscription, again, if you're a PC gamer, you win out here in that they regularly offer free games to download as part of a game. .co.uk, wherever you are. There's Amazon Luna as well.
Yeah.
Which is their kind of cloud gaming service. Free, not part of Prime, but there is kind of some. They've got a monthly cycle of games that they offer for that month.
Yeah. Is it? So Luna's a subscription service as well, isn't it? Yeah. So you can subscribe to that.
Yeah. So if you were to subscribe to the Luna service, you'd get like access to a load of games.
Yeah.
That are yours for as long as you keep your subscription.
Okay.
So yeah, there's deals all over the place. My tip though would be to kind of keep an eye on, I guess, media associated with kind of the places that you want to game.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you when.
Yeah.
But also, if you're on Facebook, UK Hot Deals.
Okay.
They just tell you when there's cheap stuff. Not just games, but including games. And yeah.
My tip for you would be know your budget for the month. So this is going to be one of those things where we talk about, Andy's going to talk about it from a gaming
simple
point of view.
Kind of sensible.
And I'm coming at it from a money management point of view, where I say actually having like a separate account for spending money is like, that's what I do. And I don't think that's might not be everyone's solution, but that's what I do. But that works for me because it means then I put spending money into it, and that's my budget for that month in terms of spending. I think that's a really good principle as well. If you know how much, I don't think I genuinely feel like you should have some money for spending on fun things because it's important to do fun things for your mental health.
Fun is good.
Yeah. And so I think it's good to have, but it's also good to not overspend on fun things because you don't want to end up with the stress of not being able to manage your money properly. So get that separate little bundle, however you want to do it. You can do it. There's some other ways you can do it on different apps. You can set it apart or whatever, and a place like Monzo, you can always put it into a different pot, and then it keeps it safe for you.
Monzo's great.
But set it apart.
Other banking apps are
other banking apps are available. And use that pot for your gaming. If that's your fun thing to do, use it for that. And now it's time for Andy's Game of the Week. Andy, what is your game this week?
Sonic Mania Plus on the iPhone.
Plus? Is it new?
Well, no, I mean... It's a really old game. Basically, the Plus bit is there because the initial game gets released, called Sonic Mania, and then the DLC gets released a year later, and then it gets repackaged as Sonic Plus. It is basically a Sonic game on the iPhone, available through Netflix to Netflix subscribers.
Nice.
So at no extra cost, which is the reason why I kind of noticed it the other week. I was like, oh, hang on, this is new. I'm going to download it. I'm going to give it a go. It is exactly the same as almost every other kind of 2D Sonic game out there.
Yep.
If you like your Sonic games, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
It is Sonic the Hedgehog. Graphics look good.
On a mobile phone as well, which is really handy.
It's all kind of touch screen controls thing. Sometimes it's a bit.
He doesn't like the touchscreen controllers.
He'd
rather do it on the Switch, everyone. He'd rather do it on the Switch.
It's not the same, but it's still fun, and it's Netflix.
It's free, which is always really handy.
Indeed.
Especially after we've been talking about gaming on a budget.
Indeed. Didn't select this just because of what we just talked about, but sometimes just serendipity.
If we're going to review a game, it's got to be something like that because you're obsessed with Sonic.
There's probably reasons, It's not kind of a whole kind of, once upon a time you're either Mario or Sonic fan.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know if there was a Sonic game that we haven't reviewed in Game of the Week.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Okay.
There are.
He's working on it. He'll get through the rest.
My Steam library does have quite a few Sonic games that are from the kind of slightly darker ages of Sonic the Hedgehog. That just games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of that era.
Sonic went dark.
Sonic went dark, at least gameplay wise.
Well.
On that
note, that is the end of our podcast today. If you are following us on social media, if you're not following us on social media, please follow us on social media at YMCXter and at YMCXter Games. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can see this podcast. If you're listening to it, you can actually watch us, and we're going to wave hello. And please, if you're watching us on YouTube, do like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next week.